What is up, everybody, and welcome to another video. Damn, I had something else funny I was gonna call y'all, but then I forgot it right as I started recording. It was gonna be really funny, though, I swear. Anyways, welcome to another video. In today's video, we're unboxing a cool new Nabalis product, and this is something very exciting because not only is there a brand new Nabalis product, but also they've got a brand new box, which is really cool. I don't know if you guys have seen this at all yet, but this is something that they were actually sending me prototypes for. Well, they didn't send me prototypes, but they sent me a bunch of photos because they were really proud of it when they were working on it. We were actually thinking of doing this for the Volt Pro box, but because like it would be a really cool experience. But at the same time, I was like, no, we should do the plastic case because it is more functional, and while it's not as cool necessarily, it provides way more value to the end consumer. So we ended up going with that instead. But yeah, as you can see, it has a little slide tab, and you have two graphics that kind of happen inside of the thing. And I think that's just so cool. Like, isn't that fun? Like, nobody's ever done anything like that. This is just a good example of what I like about Nabalis is that like they're kind of taking the I would call it the max ace approach in terms of like just making some really weird shit and seeing what works and seeing what doesn't. Like the other day I was talking to somebody and they were talking about how they really like Nabalis, but like some of their products have just been really weird. And I'm like, I would rather them have weird products than like stale products, you know? I'm glad to see people once again pushing the boundaries of what a balisong can be. And here we have another great example of that, I would say, because this, what we're unboxing today, if I could I don't know why I couldn't cut that tape. I feel like an idiot. This is the Nabalis Canyon, as far as I'm aware. Cool. There it is. And this is a very, very interesting balisong. So let's go ahead and crack open both of these real quick and just see what we've got going on here. Do I need to resharpen you? I definitely need to resharpen you. I'm going to be making a video about a sharpening system soonish, and both of the boxes do this, by the way, and it doesn't affect the underside of the box because it's all like contained inside of this thing. So yeah, both of the boxes have this really cool thing. Okay, cool. So they sent me both types of the Canyon, so it seems like there's a acid washed variant and a non-acid washed variant, both of which look pretty cool. Interestingly, it seems like it's sent in the box with nothing. It's just like in a package. This is interesting. This is interesting packaging. Okay, so they've got the classic Nabalis little needle thing, which is just super cool. This is the best freaking tool ever. I genuinely love these. I love that they're included with every product. They have the extra hardware, which is awesome to see. You have washers, screws, barrels, and bushings. The bushings in here are not tuned, but Nabalis does make the Nabalis Bushing Buddy, which makes tuning bushings a million times easier, and so this is a really cool little addition, too, and I like that it's in a little package to keep it all together. And I guess this is kind of probably to save money on the packaging, too. It seems like there's more in here than just... That's not a live blade. It seems like there's more in here than just the sort of standard stuff, though, that I would expect. There seems to be like a wrench or something going on. I'm a little confused, but excited. Okay. Oh, there is a wrench. Oh my god. I wonder... Okay. So, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know for sure that this is how this comes. I don't know that this isn't how this comes. I don't know much, actually, because Nabalis just sent me this, and they didn't really give me any info. But there is a wrench taped onto this blade, which is very funny to me, because I think this is how they're getting around customs, maybe, and saying that, oh yeah, this is a tool, not a blade, which is so cool. Based Nabalis, if so. Based if true. It is possible that you can only get the live blade variant off of their website and not off of like Amazon or whatever. I genuinely don't know what the sales stuff for this is. I am not affiliated with that in any way, shape, or form. The unboxing experience has gotten more complicated suddenly because of this, but at the same time, I find it funny, so I'm gonna let that slide. Man, we're getting in here. So this is the false live blade variant. I can tell you that much immediately. Yep, there we go. Okay, so the false live blade variant, for me, came inside of this thing that makes it look like it's a, Oh, look, it's actually, that's funny. The underside of this is literally the cut from the Volt trainer blade. Look at that. Look at that. It's literally just the Volp trainer blade, but and then it turns it into a wrench. I love that. Yeah, so there you go. That it doesn't actually fit in there because it's the Volp trainer blade. And also, there's another great example of, look, Nabalis didn't copy my design for their blade. Wow, it doesn't actually perfectly fit in there because they didn't just take the outline of the blade that I designed and turn it into a new blade. Almost like they're a reliable company. Weird. You would understand that if you watched the video that just dropped the other day about Chinese companies and Amazon. I got very upset in that video. Anyways, that's really funny, but I'm just going to ignore that because I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's part of it or not. Interesting. Whoa, really? Okay, so let me unbox the other one and then we'll talk about why this thing is important. Oh my god, they did it on both of them, even though this one's fully a trainer. Interesting. As I said, I genuinely don't know for sure that this is the way that they will come from China. And if it is, then, you know, more power to them, I guess. It's a bit annoying to deal with packaging-wise. So I have a feeling it isn't the way that they'll all come. Maybe this had to do with them needing to, like, I think they shipped this to me priority, and so maybe they had to get it to me quickly. But also, if you do get one of these in the mail, and it does come with a weird thing that turns it into a wrench taped to it, let me know. That'd be very funny. I'd like to know. If this is the way that Nabalis is getting around to import stuff, then dude, more power to them. That's hilarious. Anyways. Ooh, here's the trainer version. Ooh, oh, it's slightly different. Slightly different. I should have brought some lube out here, but I forgot to do that. But thankfully, it's not bad from the factory. It could just use a little bit more. It feels just slightly dry. Pretty good tolerances, though. Like, there's a little bit of play, but it's not bad. No tap yet. Can feel that. Really, really like the way it feels in the hand. It's very grippy. The overall feeling is great. So, okay, let's talk about what these are. This is the Nabalis Canyon, which, first of all, the handle design is super sick, really interesting, very unique. They did a great job with creating this really unique handle design, which I love to see. And then you have the blades themselves, which now have a bit of tape gunk on them, so I'm going to have to like use some remover that I have later for that. But flipping-wise, that's pretty good. So here's the thing to know about these. These are the Nabalis Canyon. They are a full stainless steel balisong, so in the neighborhood of like the Kershaw Lucha, okay? Nabalis wanted to create something really affordable that was very durable and very good. So basically they were trying to do like what we did with the Volp, but even more so. So they're trying to do something that's really affordable and really really easy to like pick up and learn on and flip with, that won't break on you. So the idea behind this was not only to have it be affordable, but also to have it be extremely durable. So the handles are one piece of stainless steel, and then the blade is stainless steel, but it runs on bushings. It has a lot of their stuff that they've added in terms of tolerances and look and machining quality and stuff like that. But it's been, you know, forged into a cheap, full stainless steel balisong. And I will say immediately off the bat, this flips substantially better than the Kershaw Lucha, like night and day. Like, I've flipped the Kershaw Lucha a lot, and while that thing is fine, it is too heavy, and the fact that it runs on bearings is honestly the only reason that it's flippable at all, because if it was on bushings, the fact that it was too heavy would make it unflippable. Bearings inherently make a knife feel lighter because that's just kind of how that works. And so the idea that this thing is the way it is. Can I giraffe? Yeah. Very slow, bad giraffe. The fact that this thing flips this well is pretty impressive. I will say it's not as good as like the Volp, for instance. The Volp, immediately I would say this flips better simply because it's lighter. this is sluggish feeling. And maybe that has to do with lube, maybe it does need lubrication, but immediately I will say that like it does flip worse than the Volt. But at the same time, I don't think that's a big problem because this thing costs $40 from what I'm aware of. It's $39.99, which is a crazy good price. And like for $40 for a trainer that is this high of quality, that will like definitely not break on you because of how well it's manufactured, that's pretty damn good. You know, I mean, obviously we're going to have to see when people actually start getting them in and really start durability testing them. Hopefully they actually hold up to the standard that Nabalis has set the precedent for. But also, to be fair to Nabalis, so far they haven't really been wrong when setting a precedent. Like, they haven't, like, outright said, oh yeah, this thing's going to be this way, and then just lied about it and had been completely wrong. Thankfully, that hasn't happened. So far, I at least somewhat mostly trust them. But yeah, this is pretty damn good. This is a way better attempt than a lot of what I've seen in terms of making a fully stainless steel balisong. I know this is something that Nabalis really wanted to do to really make that sort of possible, and I think that this really does accomplish it. Between the two, I feel like I kind of like the way the Live Blade one flips ever so slightly more, but it's really, really minor, the difference. They're pretty damn close. They're both pretty sluggish, but they do what you want. Like, I mean, look at that parabolic. They're sluggish in the sense of, like, they genuinely are taking effort for me to flip. I am having to put force into it. You know, I am moving a thing that has more mass, and I can tell in my fingers. But it's also not bad. Like, it's not... Like, with the Kershaw Lucha, I started flipping it, and I was like, this doesn't feel... You know, it's good for what it is, but it doesn't feel like the other balisongs that I like to flip, right? And that was a problem for me. And I'm dropping this thing everywhere for some reason. But the Kershaw Lucha just didn't feel like balisongs that I normally enjoy flipping, whereas this does. It just feels like that, but slower. It feels like balisongs that I already like to flip, if they were just a little bit slower. But it doesn't feel bad in a way that the momentum isn't being carried properly, because like I can ladder on it just fine. Can I do a ladder into giraffe? Let's find out. Oh god, no, I'm bad today. This ain't happening. Yeah, we're not doing it today. But yeah, this thing has been very interesting to me. It flips. It does. It flips, man. It can crack. I'm impressed. Yeah, no, look at that. It do a flip. It just do it kind of slowly. But this might be really good for technical flippers, funnily enough, because it do it pretty slowly, this might actually be a pretty good learning tool, because by learning on this, because it does actually flip and does have a balance that I would consider to be pretty standard. Yet, like, yep, there's your balance point. So that's pretty standard in terms of what you expect from a balisong. I think that's actually very similar to like the Volt Pro, right? Yeah, we have a balance point in a similar spot. The Volt Pro obviously performs on a wholly different level than this. Like, you can see, I can rip on the Volt Pro and like make shit happen, and it just does what I ask it to do, and that's awesome. And I definitely don't feel that with this one. Like, it is not as performant as the Volt Pro. But at the same time, for $40, this is a good learning tool. This is a really good learning tool, because all of the people that were learning on balisongs that they spent $20 to $30 on, if you spend just a little bit more, if you can save up $20, you can wait a little bit longer and save up $40, right? And then you can get a balisong that is the same like build that you would have gotten with like cheap stainless steel and whatnot, except this one was actually designed with intent behind it to be a good flipper. And that intent comes across because it was designed not only to be a good flipper, but it was designed by a flipper. I think that's something really important about Nabalis, and it's something that I brought up in the last Amazon unboxing video that we just released, is like, intentionality is important. The reason that the Marcolo Comet and the Marcolo and Onal products and all the other cheap Amazon balisongs don't like inspire me that much compared to Nabalis and Balishark and stuff is like, the other things, I don't know about Bally Shark, but Nabalis at a bare minimum, you know, their products are designed by somebody who flips. Like, Nabalis makes products and they like flipping. Like, they are basically the same as like Squid Industries or Machine Wise, just in China. You know, they care about the hobby. They flip themselves. They want to make balisongs. They're passionate about balisongs. They're constantly designing balisongs. They're doing cool things for the community, like the Create with Nabalis project. Like, this is all really cool stuff that they're doing. And the idea that that's possible and that they're able to do those kinds of things is really cool, and I think that's important and is something that's overlooked when you're buying balisongs on Amazon and you're like just trying to find like the next cool cheap thing. Like, those products are kind of scams, and it's a video that I'm working on that'll be coming out in the future where I actually talk about that. But like, yeah, these products were designed by a person who actually flips so that you can have something that flips really well. This thing Chaplin's great. That's something that I think is important. I can Chaplin really tight on this thing. Like, this Chaplin's better than the Vulp. I'm going to be totally honest. Obviously, I designed the Vulp to Chaplin, like, with wider circles, but the more that I've thought about it, the more I kind of regret doing that. I still think the Vulp is really great for the place that it serves, and it does flip better than this thing in terms of, like, immediately, like, yeah, I would pick this to flip over it any day. And if you get used to the Chaplins on the Vulp, the Vulp Chaplin's fine. It's not like it's a bad Chaplin. I mean, look at me. I can Chaplin fine on the Vulp, and I don't have, you know, problems that badly. However, it is not as good as this. But then, vice versa, this is not as good as the Vulp Pro, which you can Chaplin insanely fast, and it just hugs your finger no matter what you do, because I wanted the Vulp Pro to be basically the best option for the price. Like, I wanted to create the best trainer balisong for the price, bar none, and I think we did that with the Vulp Pro. But this is really cool. It's really cool. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's some really good stuff happening here at Nabalis. I'm very impressed with the Canyon. I want to say thank you to Nabalis for sending me this thing, because I think this is a really awesome opportunity to be able to talk about this guy. Because yeah, this is great. I really like what Nabalis is doing here, and I really hope they continue with it, because I'm impressed. So anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little first look at the Nabalis Canyon, these like really cool, cheap, accessible balisongs, and I guess I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.